Guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is definitely for the nail lovers. I am opening the OPI and Hello Kitty advent calendar. I've had a look in here because I've painted up some swatches because I know some of you wanted to see some swatches. Before we get started, I just wanted to thank you all for all the support on my advent calendar videos. Honestly, it's been quite full on because I don't typically upload a video every single day. I've quite enjoyed the challenge, and hopefully this means that I will start uploading a few more videos. I've got quite a lot of ideas, probably a few styling videos because I'm a little bit beautied out after all these beauty advent calendars. But I've linked down below all the advent calendars videos that I've already filmed, and also my Instagram if anyone is interested in more like fashiony style posts. But I will be doing a lot of autumn/winter mid-size styling videos in the coming weeks, although we've got a few more advent calendars to go. So this is the Hello Kitty and OPI advent calendar. Hello Kitty and OPI have had a collab in the past. I think it was in the 2015 or 2016, but this is their Christmas collab. They have full-size polishes, but they also have this advent calendar which includes 25 mini OPI polishes, which are 3.75 mil. This calendar is £65, which I actually think is a little bit on the steep side. Let's work out how much that is per polish. That makes it £2.60 per mini polish, which actually isn't too bad because a full-sized OPI is, I think, like £12 off the top of my head. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's about that. I have also seen this slightly cheaper, so if I can find it for less than £65, I will link that down below as well. I think on Amazon it was like under £45, which I think is a really good deal. I love Hello Kitty, so I am very, very excited about this collab, and I'm gonna get started and open this up for you. Like I said, this is for nail polish lovers. If you don't love nail polish, you're probably going to want to watch one of my other advent calendar videos and not this one. Inside the calendar looks like this. It's very, very cute. It's quite a small-ish calendar, still quite sturdy and just so adorable. I just love Hello Kitty so much. I have since I was very young. I think my sort of age group, I am in my mid-20s, just loved Hello Kitty. In primary school, loads of people had pencil cases and pens and all that sort of good stuff, and I just always loved Hello Kitty. Even now, it just has a special place in my heart, so very excited about this calendar. I really like that it's in order because it just makes my life slightly easier, although I've just realised that it goes across and I went down like this on these. I'm gonna have to work out which one of these it is, but let's get started with door one. I've already ripped the calendar. That's off to a good start. So initially I thought they didn't have names on them, but they do. I'm so excited about that, but the names are on the doors. It's a shame they're not on the bottles, but at least they're on the doors. It made my life slightly easier. But this is called Hush of Blush, and I've got it painted just here, and it's a purpley pink. It's really very pretty. I don't typically love pearly colours, but I think this is a very subtle pearl and a colour I would definitely wear. These are hard to get out. Inside too is a Kiss on the Chic. It's kind of like a slightly darker than tomato, I would say, red, but very, very pretty. I don't love reds, so maybe not a colour for me, but it's pretty nonetheless. Door 3 is called All About the Bows, and it's another red, which I thought was quite weird that they've put two together. It's much more of like a pinky red, but I would still say it is a red. It's quite dark. It's just this colour here. The two of them together look a little different, but honestly they are quite similar, and I thought that it was unusual that they put them together in the calendar as well. I think they should have at least spread them apart because it's a bit disappointing. Like, I don't love a red, and I would have had two reds in 3 days. Inside door 4 there is Alpine Snow. I have had this polish before. These polishes aren't actually only Hello Kitty. I actually don't think the whole Hello Kitty range is even in here, which I think is a bit of a shame, but they have mixed in some other permanent line colours. For example, Alpine Snow. I wore this, I think it was like 2 Christmases ago. I wore this basically every day for like the entire month of December, and it just applies really nicely. It's just a true solid white. Door number 5 is a Rose at Dawn, Broke by Noon. Probably not my favourite colour. It's a pink with like silver pearl through it. It does look quite metallic. It's just not my sort of shade, but again, like there's no way I'm gonna like 25 nail polishes. It's still very wearable, and I'm sure I'll find someone that loves it. I've actually got someone in mind. Door 6 is called Aurora Berry Alice. In the bottle, it looks like quite a dusty but true pink. Once I swatched it, it's quite a dusty pink. It's actually quite dark. It's actually a bit nicer, I think, in the swatch than it is in the polish. Really, really pretty colour. Quite autumnal without being too dark. On to 7, and this is a blackberry chutney. It's, again, a pearlescent, and I don't love pearlescent polishes, but that's just me. It's quite a Christmassy colour. It's quite a dark red. It's kind of like pushing towards brown. It's a dark berry colour. But if that's not dark enough, in door 8, there's Bogota Blackberry. Honestly looks pretty much black, but it is pearlescent, but it doesn't really show once it's on the swatch. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the OPI Linkin Park After Dark. I think that's what it's called. It's just a very, very dark berry shade, which almost looks black. I think the fact that it's very almost black but isn't really adds interest to it, because it kind of has the same effect as a black polish, but it's just that little bit more interesting. And 9 is an OPI classic. This is Bubble Bath. This is actually my mum's favourite colour. She went to get her nails done today and they didn't have OPI Bubble Bath, and I don't think she's going back there ever again because of that. It's just the most wearable nude shade. It doesn't wash you out or anything like that. It's just perfect for any age, because I think sometimes with slightly older hands, a nude can kind of be a bit draining, but this doesn't do that. This is still really, really wearable. And it's just this shade here. It's very neutral. It's not too pink, not too cool toned. It's just perfect. Door 10 is Hello Pretty. Obviously a play on the word Hello Kitty. It's a mid-toned purple. It's a little bit different to the other ones that we have in the calendar, which I like, but still very wearable. I would definitely give this a go. Also, whilst I'm here, I'm just going to quickly insert the OPI nail art pictures for this collection. It is dreamy. I don't know where you can get it done, but if there is somewhere you can get it done, I want it done. It's probably one of the cutest and best nail arts I've ever seen. I really, really like it. Door 11 is Isn't She Iconic, which is a kind of gunmetal silver. Quite an opaque colour. It's not just the glitter. It's definitely a full coverage polish. You couldn't put it on top of another polish, for example. But it's not too in your face because it is a blacker silver. It's not a true silver. It's more of a gunmetal silver. Then there's It's a Girl. This is my sort of colour. It's a true pink. Kind of similar to what I've got on, but slightly darker. It's just a classic pink. It's not quite as white as something like Mod About You from OPI, which I do actually really like. Probably a little bit more wearable than Mod About You, but if you like Mod About You like I do, because it makes you look quite tanned, this probably doesn't have quite the same effect. On to 13, and we've got Less Is Norse. But I really like this colour. It's a grey blue, a little bit different, just perfect for autumn in my opinion. Maybe a colour I'm going to go for next actually. I think it's really classic without being too boring and predictable. To 14, and this is Let Love Sparkle. When I applied this here, the first coat was almost invisible. It really is quite sheer, even though it looks very blue in the bottle. It's blue with blue glitter basically. Kind of can build it up. If you want this sort of colour, I'd probably go for Alpine Snow as a base and then this on top. But it's pretty. I really like this blue. I just think it's beautiful, but it requires a bit of work, and it is quite silvery blue, so in some lights I think it looks a little bit more silver than it does blue. 15, and this is Let's Celebrate, which is a pink sparkle. I initially thought it had like different size glitters, but it doesn't really. Once applied, it's pretty much the same size. There's pink glitter and some more like iridescent multicolored glitter in there too, but mainly you can only see the pink. This one you would probably want to put over something because it isn't very opaque at all. It's more of a glitter than anything else, but the glitter is actually suspended in a slightly pink tinted polish. On to 16, this is Let's Be Friends. Potentially quite a boring colour, but it's probably my favourite. I think it is stunning. It's an off-white, it's quite nude, beautiful. And if I just compare Alpine Snow to this, you can tell that it is slightly pinker. On to 17, this is Machu Picchu. This is quite like a yogurty colour, I would say. That's probably quite a weird way to describe this because I guess yogurts come in a variety of colours. Just like a really pretty, creamy beige. Beige sounds boring, but It's really, really stunning, especially if we look up at it here. It is like a peachy nude and quite a vibe, really. I like this. 18, we have Many Celebrations Ago. This is a gold. This is a pewter, I would say, because it's a gold with silver sparkle. Looks a little bit nicer, I would say, on the swatch than it does in the bottle. Probably a shade that I would skip because, oh, you know what, actually it's quite nice. I probably would wear it around Christmas. I do think it's pretty. It kind of just looks pewter. You can't really see the shimmer too much on the swatch, but I actually do like it. I'm surprised, but it's pretty. Another colour I absolutely love is this one, which is in Door 19, and it's called My Favourite Gal Pal. Really beautiful inky blue. I think everyone's favourite Farrow & Ball paint in a polish. It's really inky, really beautiful. A little bit different from everything else in the calendar. It's like a dark classic blue. 20 is Pylon the Sparkles. As you would expect, it is sparkly. Another one that works better as a topper rather than by itself. This is very similar to the pink we saw previously, but the purple version. It's got that multicoloured iridescent glitter, but also a true purple glitter. All very similar sizes. Pretty, but not necessarily my favourite, if I'm honest. I would wear it, but it's not exciting. 21 is Princess Rule. This is a pink with pink shimmer. It's a little bit too pink for me, if I'm honest. It looks a little bit young because it's pink on pink, and I find this more mid-toned pink a bit young for me, but I mean, it's a Hello Kitty range. 22, and it's Reykjavik has all the hot spots. It is a dusty purple with kind of like silver running through. It looks more like a silvery dusty pink on the swatch. 23 is another really beautiful nude shade, and this is called Samoan Sand. This is a slightly less pink version than the other nudes we've seen so far. I really, really think this is beautiful, but probably for me a little close to my skin tone. It's almost the same. 24 is Strawberry Margarita. This is a true fuchsia pink and exactly the sort of colour, again, you'd expect to see in a Hello Kitty calendar. On 25 we end with Susie and the Arctic Fox, which is like an inky dark grey, really beautiful and also very, very wearable. So that's the end of this advent calendar. There are some really beautiful colours in here. I'm probably going to keep almost all of them. I don't love pinks and reds, so maybe this collection wasn't designed for me, but I still think it's a really truly beautiful collection. I think every colour in here is very wearable. Most out there colour is probably the purple, and I still think the purple is very wearable. I think that there's colours in here which could so easily make it into my favourite everyday colour. In particular, these kind of like dark inky shades that they have. The nudes in this range are stunning, and they have some nice glitters. I think that's probably missing a little bit. The glitters are just okay. There's nothing that's blowing me away, which, for example, in their Breakfast at Tiffany's collection, I think that was 2 years ago, there were some really incredible glitters. I actually still have some because I love them that much. This calendar is obviously just for someone that absolutely loves polishes, and I like that there is a mix of Hello Kitty colours and non-Hello Kitty colours, although I do think there could be a couple more Hello Kitty ones. I expected the entire Hello Kitty range with a few other ones that weren't Hello Kitty, but instead I think we've got like some Hello Kitty and some not, but not the entire Hello Kitty range. Hope this is making sense. But that's the end of this video. Do like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.